Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer, and today I'm gamesplaying Between Two Castles of Mad King Ludwig. Now, Between Two Castles of Mad King Ludwig is the third in a set of games that deal with this Mad King Ludwig kind of thought or idea. Mad King Ludwig was a real guy. I didn't know that until I was playing with someone and they said about going and visiting the castle. I was like, oh, that's okay, cool. I have no problem with that. I just thought I'd throw that in. This game came out last year. So it's a combination of the guys who made the Castles of Mad King Ludwig and the Palace of Mad King Ludwig, which I'll do next week, by the way. I haven't done a gameplay on that, but that's coming next week. That's Bezier Games, and they've done this whole world of Mad King Ludwig, and that's really awesome. They have joined forces with Stonemaier Games, who did Between Two Cities, and the two games have done that. Now, to be 100% honest with you, I have played all of the games. I really, really like this one. I like the crunchiness of all the thought patterns. It carries the best things from Between Two Cities across into this game, but it's still a Mad King Ludwig kind of game, and I really appreciate that. I've played the Between Two Cities games. I think I did a Gamesplained over a while back, and I'm not a hugest fan of that one. While I love the Stonemaier games generally, that one not the biggest fan of. I've found that using the Mad King Ludwig joined in with that, it actually works really well, and I really like it. The only thing that this one has going against it is the scoring. So at the end, you need to score your castle. So you've got a castle on each side, so Between Two Cities. There's a castle on each side, and you're building in both of those cities, both of those castles, should I say, because it's castle between two castles. So you're building both of those. You need to get a score on both of those and every other castle. And so the score sheet is one score sheet per castle, which is okay. But what ends up happening is you either have one person scoring everything. This game plays up to 7, so one person scoring all 7 castles takes a really long time. Or you have each person, because the score sheets are double-sided, scoring both of their castles and check that you got it right with the person next to you. Invariably, that's going to be wrong. There's going to be mistakes there. So there's a lot of nuance in the pure adding up of the scores at the end, and that can take some time. I don't think that I've hit on the exact right way to do it yet, to be 100% honest with you. My best bet, my best thinking is for the person who's sitting there to have one sheet, so looking at one side for their left, the other side for their right, and everyone to do the same. By doing it that way, there's a chance that you'll get it right. You'll still have to fix things, or alternately, everyone scores your left, but you score the left with the help of the person who's also on it. Now, the elegance of this game is that it's really similar to Between Two Cities, that you get the score of your lowest scoring out of the pair of castles that you're sitting in between and building on. So you kind of work on this one with that person who's sitting on your left, you work on this one with that person who's sitting on your right. Whichever one scores the lowest, that's your score. So what you end up doing is trying to balance the two so they kind of hit as close to possible the same score, because knowing you're going to take the lower one. I have found what I regard as a winning strategy on this, and I've been running that strategy, and that's been taking the game out. I would be interested in seeing how this goes with a group of players who have played the game before and really understand and have the nuance of the game. So I don't think that the one strategy that I've been using is necessarily the only strategy that wins. I think that other people can go really well with the game as well with not using that, and I think that's something to play around with, I guess. I'm not going to tell you what that strategy is because I like winning. No, I say that I don't love winning. It doesn't matter to me, but it's always a nice feeling to think, oh, I just won that game. This game I think really works really well. The only thing that slows it down, as I said, is that scoring and working out a way to do the scoring. If there was an app or something where you could just take a picture of it and it worked out what everyone's score is, that would be awesome. The other complaint I've had on this game is I pulled it out at a game night. We had quite a few people sitting around, and someone started and they looked at it and go, I can't read the cards because there's quite small writing on there. Now, if you've got your glasses on or your eyesight isn't bad, you can probably manage it. But if you're finding that, I don't want to wear my glasses, or my eyesight's getting bad, I don't have my glasses with me, you're probably going to struggle with this game. There's a font size that kind of works, and this just falls a little bit below it. So that's just all stuff to bear in mind when you're coming at this game. If you like the looks of it, if you like how it plays or the feels of it, please have a think about all this stuff. Just bear it in mind, because I don't want you to get in and go, yes, I'm going to get that game, that looks awesome, and get these couple of things, go, oh, I didn't say anything about that. So I'm saying about that, scoring, size of print. Stonemeyer, Bezier, please think about the scoring and the size of print. It's a great game, just the end is a bit, got to do this again, got to do this again. I don't know a better way to do it, but I'm just letting you know that that's a issue with the game, or has been an issue. If anyone knows of a really quick way to score this game, please let me know. Type it in the comments below. Now, as I say, I really love this game. So to play the game, you're getting a pile of cards in. You go through those cards, you go, oh, I'll pick 2 of those, and then those 2, you're going 1 for this castle, 1 for that castle. You're making a decision yourself, but then there's a chance, once everyone's chosen their cards, to have a chat to the person next to you on each side and work out which of those tiles is going to go into which spot. Once that's all happened, you then pick up the next set of tiles. So it's basically you're passing the set to the left. You're not always going to go through the same set. So you know what the person on your left is going to get next turn each time. Now that's in the first half of the game. In the second half of the game, we do exactly the same thing, but we go the opposite direction. That method of drafting is actually really good. What I found in Between Two Cities is that you're drafting, it's the same method, but you're looking at the 2 cards, and then you're talking to the person next to you, looking at both of those, going, oh, I think this would be a better one, that would be a better one. And they're having a lot more influence over which one you end up putting into which city. I didn't find that playing this game, there was as much external influence over which card goes where. It's every so often I might put the other one in the opposite directions, but I don't know if it's a matter of I know castles of Mad King Ludwig, so therefore my mind is kind of in the right headspace for where that scoring needs to go, or if just the different levels of scoring is vastly different, and so it's easier to see what is necessary on this game. I don't know the answer to that question. I'll leave that up to you to have a think about and to see which way you go. Look, I think I've talked long enough. I really desperately love Between Two Castles of Mad King Ludwig. I think it's a worthwhile game for everyone to have a look at. This is well up there and very likely will hit my top 10 this year. So please have a look at it, see what you think, let me know, comment below. If you have any comments or suggestions, write them below. If you have any games that you wish to be Gamesplaned, please shoot me an email at thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at thegamesplainer to keep up to date with the games that I'm playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games that I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.